since putting this camera on, I've literally just noticed that my lamp is really wonky. And you know when you see something that can't be unseen? Today with a charity shop haul. I have bought 5 books from the charity shop, and I had promised myself that I wasn't going to be buying any books in a little while because I have got quite a few to be getting through, and yeah, it never works out. But even worse when you walk into a charity shop and see that they are selling all of their books for 10p each. So I mean, I paid 50p for these, so I can't complain. The first book that I've got is this one, 1984 by George Orwell. I've seen so many people talk about this and rave about it and say how brilliant it is. So it has been on my wish list for a while. I have had it added to my Amazon basket. I've got a basket full of books that I'll never get around to buying because there is nearly 200 books in there, I think. So what I'm basically trying to say is it's been on my radar to buy for a while. And yeah, 10p, so I could not believe my luck. So yeah, 1984. Hooray! I also picked up, it's a bit of a grim one, and it hasn't been on my radar, but I don't know, I just picked it up. Goodbye Dearest Holly by Kevin Wells. If you're not from the UK, you probably won't know who Holly Wells is. Back in 2002, Holly and her best friend Jessica were disappeared during the school summer holidays, and their bodies were discovered, and it was awful, and it was all over the news. And I was reminded of this case recently when I read Seas of Snow by Karenza Jennings, which is a brilliant book that I can't recommend enough. One of the characters in Seas of Snow was inspired by the news coverage and the case of Holly and Jessica when they went missing, and I spotted this in the charity shop, like I say, for 10p. And it's the account of from when the girls went missing to the subsequent media coverage to the police investigation and the court case, the whole shebang. And it's written by Holly's dad, Kevin Wells. So I think this is going to be really difficult, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get through it. But I'm interested in crime, and I'm interested in what actually happened, and I'm interested in hearing more about the court case and the police procedure and all that sort of thing. The part that I think I'm going to struggle with is when he will obviously be talking about his daughter going missing, which is something that I think I will find really difficult to read, and I'm not sure I'll be able to get through it. But yeah, I was drawn to it. It's not going to be a fun read at all, but it is something that I'm interested in, so I'll see how that goes. And after picking that up, I thought I might pick up something a little bit more light-hearted, so I went for this one, which is Momzillas by Jill Cargman. It's about a woman who moves to New York, and she is confronted by all of the Momzillas. And this sparked my interest because I've just read and absolutely loved Wild Like Me by Louise Pentland, and it was brilliant. And part of what I've loved about Wild Like Me was the discussion into the posh school mums, which is basically like the mum mafia, and this sounds like sort of the New York equivalent. She moves over and all the mums have got Chanel bags and they're all perfectly put together, and yeah, then it says that she's thrown into this life. She's got all these mums that she isn't quite identifying with. She's got a 2-year-old daughter, and she's got a mother-in-law that she hates, and then she bumps into an old flame. So I think this is going to be quite a quick and easy read, a book that I'll enjoy. I do enjoy women's fiction, and yeah, I'd never heard of this book before, but 10p. The next book that I've got is another book that I've had on my radar but haven't actually seen in print before, so I couldn't actually believe that I found this. This is Judith Kerr's When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit. If you're not familiar with Judith Kerr, she wrote the Mog books for children, and sort of Mog the Forgetful Cat and the Mog series, and The Tiger That Came to Tea, and just my favourite kids books really. And when I was reading up a little bit about Judith Kerr, I found out that she was actually born in Germany, and she and her family left Germany in 1933 to escape the Nazi party and what was going on in Germany at the time. And again, it's something that I'm really interested in. It's a period of time, a period of history that I'm really interested in, and she wrote this book off the back of her experiences of fleeing Germany. And I'm assuming she left a pink bunny behind, and that's where When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit came in. The text in this is a bit strange. Look at that. I don't know if that's going to focus. Yeah, it's like really huge text that fills the whole page. It sort of feels a bit like a school textbook, but I'm interested in reading it, and again, for 10p. I am just going to keep saying 10 pence over and over again. But anyway, the final book that I picked up for, can you guess, 10 pence, is this, Stephen King's Gerald's Game. Now, I'm sure this was recommended to me on Twitter or somewhere when I'd read Stephen King's Misery, and I asked for any other Stephen King recommendations, and I'm pretty sure someone told me to read this. And then I saw it. I mean, let's be honest, it's not in great condition. It is all bent but 10 pence. So what's this about anyway? I didn't even look what it was about. Right. It says, a game, a husband and wife game. But this time Jessie didn't want to play, lying there spread-eagled and handcuffed to the bedstead where he'd loomed and drooled over as she felt angry and humiliated. This sounds more grim than I was expecting. So she kicked out hard, aimed to hit him where it hurt, and now he was dead. A coronary on the floor. Well, to be fair, he deserved it. I mean, by the sounds of it. Not that I'm advocating that you should go around murdering people, but by all accounts. Leaving Jessie alone and helpless in a lakeside holiday cabin, miles from anywhere, no one hears her screams. Alone, except for the voices in her head, that had begun to chatter and argue and sneer. Well, we'll find out what that's like. Yeah, that's just me pondering over the book that I've just bought. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't bother reading the back. I just saw it and grabbed and ran to the till and paid for all my purchases. So yeah, that is it. That is the 5 books that I've picked up from the charity shop for 10 pence. And I will see you all soon. This is just a quick video. I'll see you all soon, and bye for now.